Hey y'all, I'm Jolie. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you 3 dinners that Drew and I had last week. I hope you enjoy them. Alright, so here is the meal plan for the week. We're going to have Asian chicken lettuce wraps, ranch turkey pasta, Tex-Mex meatloaf, and mustard chicken. And mustard chicken is actually the only one that I didn't record. It didn't turn out as delicious as I wanted it to, but let's just jump right in. So this is the recipe for the Asian chicken lettuce wraps. You're going to need 2 pounds of ground chicken, 4 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1 red bell pepper, half a cup of hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, salt and pepper, 1 can of water chestnuts, 1 cup of cooked rice, 3 scallions, and 2 heads of Bibb lettuce. So for this recipe, I forgot to put the water chestnuts in, so you won't see that, and we couldn't find Bibb lettuce in the store. Drew doesn't think it exists, so we used romaine hearts instead. So I'm going to start by washing the lettuce. I'm actually just going to put it in the salad spinner and let it soak in the sink while we do everything else. So I'm going to spray my pan with a little bit of coconut oil spray to cook the chicken in while we chop up all the veggies and everything. So we're just going to dump in this ground chicken that we bought at Winco. We used 2 pounds of it. That's what the recipe called for, so that's what we did. And we just let this simmer while we chop up everything and make the sauce. If you guys don't have one of these meat masher devices, you should definitely get one. I found it from a YouTuber that I follow and bought one and have never looked back. Drew's gonna start chopping up bell peppers now. These were ones that I had put in the freezer at some point to use later, and here we are using them later. Go us. Look at Issa back there. She's not a huge fan of bell peppers, but she thinks she should have one. So the sauce for this is half a cup of hoisin sauce, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then black pepper and salt. And for the black pepper and the salt, it didn't have exact measurements, so I'm assuming we are just doing that to taste. We went ahead and drained the chicken. I don't cook with ground chicken enough to know if you should do that, but we did it. So now Drew is going to add in the 4 teaspoons of minced garlic. Good thing he read the recipe, because I thought it was 4 tablespoons of minced garlic, which honestly I wouldn't have been mad about because I love garlic. After he mixes up the garlic a little bit, we're going to add the chicken back into the pan. And I love that I'm saying we like I'm doing anything here. Drew took the lead on this recipe. So he's just gonna mix that ground chicken up with the garlic. And then we're gonna throw in the bell peppers. The recipe actually said 1 red bell pepper, but we used a little bit of green too, and it turned out great. So while all that is simmering together, I'm going to spin the romaine dry. Honestly, don't know if I'm using this correctly, but hey, it worked. Then Drew's going to add in the sauce that he made and mix that up and let it simmer some more. This recipe turned out really good. 10 out of 10 would recommend. But definitely add the water chestnuts. The next recipe that I'm going to make is ranch turkey pasta, and for that you need 2.5 cups of uncooked penne, 6 to 8 tablespoons of butter cubed, 1 envelope of ranch mix, 1 cup of frozen peas and carrots, and 3 cups of cubed turkey. So for this, I ended up using ground turkey because I read the recipe wrong, and we used more than one envelope of ranch, but I'll tell you where I did that later. And here's a picture of it. It really did not look great, but it turned out pretty good. So I'm just gonna get out everything that I need. So my 1 stick of butter, my frozen peas and carrots, and a measuring cup. I've got the water boiling for the pasta, so I'm gonna go ahead and season this turkey with salt and pepper. And once my water is boiling, I'll just add in the penne. I didn't measure it, I just dumped in what we had, and it worked out fine. I always drizzle in olive oil and salt my pasta. I feel like I did not make up that that's a thing, but let me know if you guys do it too. While Drew's working on the turkey, I'm just gonna get the butter cubed and ready to go into the pan. Once I've got that chopped up, I'm gonna dump it in this stock pot to melt, and eventually I'll add the seasoning to it. So now I'm gonna mix in this ranch packet with the butter and stir that up. Then I kind of decided to wing it the rest of the way, and I added some extra ranch to the turkey. I just didn't feel like using 1 packet of ranch in this entire recipe was gonna be enough seasoning. After I dumped in the peas and carrots, I added in some garlic and then mixed in the ground turkey and put the lid on to simmer. Now I'm just gonna make some zucchini noodles for my dinner, and they turned out okay. I think I need to figure out a better way to make them. I felt like there was a lot of liquid and I had to drain it a lot. I always hand off a noodle to Drew to make sure that it's cooked properly. Once everything was done and plated up, I added some Parmesan cheese to it, and the sauce itself was really good. I liked it. I think next time I want to put it on the Trader Joe's sweet potato gnocchi. But really, this did not turn out cute, and I'm sorry. The last meal that we're making this week is Tex Meatloaf, and for that you'll need 1/2 cup of panko breadcrumbs, 1 can of red enchilada sauce, 2 pounds of meatloaf mix. And by the way, what is meatloaf mix? Is it not just ground beef? Because that's what I used. 1 can of green chilies, 1 egg, taco seasoning, 1 can of tomato sauce, and shredded cheese to top at the end. So I'm just gonna mix up 1/2 cup of the enchilada sauce with 1/2 cup of the panko breadcrumbs, and I'm going to put that to the side to mix in with the meat here in a little bit. After that's mixed up, I'm going to add the green chilies to the ground beef. And then I'm going to crack the egg in I was supposed to beat the egg first, but I didn't do that. My bad. Then I'm going to add in the taco seasoning. I make my own taco seasoning, so I'm just going to dump in what I've got left and mix it up, which is really gross. After that's mixed, I'm going to add in the panko and enchilada sauce mixture and mix everything up some more. Now I'm going to try and form a loaf. This is not an easy task. Once your loaf is totally formed and hopefully better looking than mine, you can add in your tomato sauce and the rest of your enchilada sauce to the bottom of your crock pot, and then transfer your loaf over. And it's going to cook on low for 3 to 4 hours. And this is what mine looks like before it cooks. So after it had been cooking for about 3 hours, I decided that I wanted to finish it in the oven. I don't know why, but that's what I wanted to do, so that's what's happening. But the meat was falling apart a lot, so I had to get some assistance to move it over to the pan. And it was messy. Meatloaf, pile of meat, same thing, right? So I heated the oven to 350 and set a timer for 10 minutes. This is another one that tastes better than it looks, but it was really good. Thanks so much for watching our What's for Dinner video. Don't forget to like this video before you leave, subscribe, and comment below some of your favorite dinner ideas that we could try in the future. See you next time!